lives are the sum of our choices. And we cannot escape the past. Ethan, this mission of yours is gonna cost you dearly.
On the big screen, with that sound and everything, it is surreal. You know, we've been thinking about this moment when I was going and talking to all the fans, and I just let them know. I said, look, we dream about these moments, and it never gets old to me. I appreciate it. I think even more I appreciate it as time has gone on, and it's very special. I remember the first time when I let go of the bike, if I look straight down, there's a concern that I might go into a tumble. If I go into a tumble, it would be very difficult to recover, even if I get a little unstable. So when I let go of that bike, I remember I could feel the tire, the rear tire. I could feel the air in my body as it's going around. I was thinking, I hope it doesn't hit me. And I looked down at the bike to see my distance to make sure that, because I wasn't sure whether I was going to get separation from that motorcycle. Well, we didn't quite know what was going to happen. I didn't quite know.
It's where it deserves to be. We made it for the audience. Everything is in service to them. And they didn't stop until they made sure that it hit all the right points. And so I'm so excited. I want everyone to see it. It's such a fantastic ride. I think by the time that we got to the Rome car chase sequence, because I trained for 5 months in the UK drifting around a racetrack, but then you take all that skill of drifting, but you put it in a real location with real obstacles of people and old buildings you want to make sure that you don't damage, and making sure that everything was still working at an adrenalizing speed and we could put performance into it. So that's when it all felt it came together.
It's been such a journey, you know, from those first few months when we were filming right in the midst of things, and the time it's taken obviously is a little bit more than usual. It's been a bit of a mission impossible to get here, so to be here it's a joy. It's really exciting, and you know, Tom just never ever sits back on his laurels and kind of, you know, half-asses it. He always pushes it every single time, and invariably things get bigger and scarier, and he does more and more incredibly inventive things, and he does them himself, you know, and that's the beauty of it, is when you see those stunts, that's Tom, you know. The acting never stops. You never hand over to a stunt professional who just does the action. He's acting, and he delivers a line in free fall. You know, I mean, who else does that? Nobody.
It's mission. It's everything you expect and everything you would never expect.
I know how, you know, Tom and Chris work, and I've known them for years now. They cast me having just done the first season of The Crown. I'd never done a big movie before, and it was like a introduction to, you know, true cinema. And I remember them saying at that time, we always want to do better every day than the last thing we've done. So the fact that this is the best ever is unsurprising.
It's hard to believe that it's actually happening now. I'm very proud. You know, we traveled to all these beautiful countries to shoot the movie and then to promote the movie and to talk about it, and the movie is so incredible. I think it's the best Mission Impossible movie from, like, you know, all the Mission Impossible movies.
It's fantastic. This is like, I consider this kind of like the best French meal you could order. And if you watch it on the small screen, it would be relative to ordering the full tasting menu at Le Carton in Paris and doing takeout. It's just, don't do it. Watch it on the big screen, because McHugh and Tom have made every effort to make sure that every pixel, every square inch of the screen has information in it that your mind will love.
Our director, Chris McQuarrie, is the most fabulous writer-director I've ever worked with. I'm so thrilled for the audience to get to see it. Tom is remarkable in this film, as is the whole cast. I think it's the most exciting Mission Impossible ever. There's no question about it. It's the biggest one. Well, you know, everybody worked really hard on this, you know, starting with Tom, who really sets the tone. He's an extraordinary guy. It's our second movie together. And I always say I'm learning so much from him, which I do. Even when we did Days of Thunder, I would watch him on my days off. And just his work ethic, his professionalism, his dedication, his focus, his incredible positive attitude and supporting everybody, the crew, the cast, everyone. I came away from that going, okay, I've got some work to do, you know, because he's a remarkable human being. There's nobody like him.
Well, it's a blessing, number one, to be in it. And number two, the culmination of so much effort is just, you know, it's divine. And the fact of the matter is that what Tom is doing, we all want to support, which is keep the movie theater experience alive. It's just different when you're at home and you can pause, rewind, or fast forward. It's different when you're sharing. It's almost like a sacred hall, you know. It's a thing where you share humanity. You see what affects other people, you know, and you kind of say, wow, you're part of something greater, which is an audience. Whether it's by yourself in a theater, which I don't think is going to be the case on this one, but or with a packed house, there's an energy. It's like a concert, you know, where you're with your fellow human beings and you have a shared experience. It's unlike anything else. I can't think of another film that I would rather be in to represent this genre. This is the top of the line.
Well, there's so much going on in the film. There's so many beautiful set pieces that your stimulus is all hit at once. So when you go on to the next scene, they're kind of like trying to digest what happened last time. So to see it multiple times, you finally get to understand what's going on in each scene.
It just feels like finally, finally the world can see what every one of us has been doing and preparing for them, because it's a roller coaster of emotions, not only by actions, but the emotions of the characters. The arc of every character is incredible, and this is the best mission I've ever seen, and the first one that I've been part of. So I'm very excited and very proud of being part of this. Few people that I know that have seen the movie, it stays with you. It stays with you. You carry it at your place. The first time I saw it, I had dreams about the Venice sequence. And it's like, it stays with you. It's kind of like this mystery and energy that they created that is so, like, it's a bit different. It's like, it carries the franchise atmosphere, but it stays with you so much that you want to keep going and seeing at the movie theaters.
Right around the time we started planning this movie, I was saying to Tom, I think people are starting to understand how technology affects their lives in a way they feel more than in a way they have to think about. And that's what we're always about. We're just trying to find something that you feel when you come to the movie.